I think we need to go ahead and bring in our guest today. He's hanging out with us, patiently waiting. We've got Brent Wallace. He's the Regional Operations Director, YMCA of Central Kentucky, and a longtime guest here on Around 10. Good morning, Brent.
Good morning. It's pretty soggy out there. There's some traffic lights that are still blinking right now with the weather, but it's Friday, so you can look on the positive side.
That's a good point. And sometimes it's important, when folks know that there are some lights that are out, just to keep in mind what to do in that scenario, right? When it's the flashing red, you just treat it like a stop sign.
Right.
A lot of people don't remember that.
They don't get it.
From their years.
Like, it's not working. I'm just going to go on
To be fair, a lot of people still don't know that green means go and red means stop. So it's good to always have these reminders.
That's true.
Tell me about it.
Yeah. Kathy knows, especially at that intersection.
That intersection is not great.
Yeah. But we are here to talk about good things. You mentioned it's Friday, and there's lots of good stuff going on with the YMCA as well. Where do you want to start? Do you want to start with some summer sports? Or?
Yeah. So we're in the registration process right now. So we are accepting registrations for children ages 4 to 9 for summer basketball and summer soccer. So the summer basketball takes place at Capital Christian Church, and the soccer takes place at Lakeview Park. And for basketball, you can either choose for Mondays or Wednesdays. Okay. And you're obligated just for those days. There's no weekends during this session. Excuse me. Sorry about that.
Interesting.
It's keeping it just during the weekdays. So you can either sign up for Monday or sign up for Wednesday. Either one, your choice, ages 4 to 9. And we also have our very popular soccer league that's going to be taking place at Lakeview Park on Tuesdays. So right now we're registering, and that'll go through May 26th, and then there'll be a late registration period starting after May 26th through June 2nd, I believe. So get your child in early. There's limited spots available, but still plenty of time right now to get your child registered and have some great activities for the summer.
Now, if you don't care to share, what kind of led into the weekday portion of it instead of, because I feel like a lot of people maybe assume like soccer Saturday mornings or whatever. What kind of led into that decision?
Well, the Y's going through a lot of different things right now. So we have things planned all during the week, and we have some things that are taking place on the weekend. Some of those might take place in Lexington. The Frankfort YMCA is part of the YMCA of Central Kentucky.
Yeah, that's right.
So we had to spread everything out. So the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday was a good day for us here locally in Frankfort. And it seemed like it was a popular request for parents also to have some things during the weekdays as well.
Right. Yeah. And then that way maybe it doesn't occupy a whole Saturday or a Sunday, something like that. And then I suppose on the other side, it maybe frees up Lakeview Park as well for some events, or that way you guys aren't competing on a Saturday with a festival.
Well, it also helps with the parents that want to have their child involved in a lot of different things also. It opens up their weekends for those as well.
Sure. Yep, that's a good point. That's a really good point. Where can folks get signed up for that?
Yeah, they can go to our website at ymcacky.org, or they can stop in any YMCA branch location and they can help you out there as well.
Awesome. You guys also have some day camps going on too.
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff always happening at the Y. See, I will say that one of the things I hear, because obviously the downtown Y is no longer there, so people say like, is the YMCA still in town? Yeah, we're still in town. We still have the West Side location at the Provincial Park, smaller facility, but we're still very heavily involved in the community. We have kids programs that take place all year long. We have summer camp programs. We have after school programs. We have youth sports. So we're very heavily involved in the community. Sure. But with the summer, we're actually utilizing 2nd Street School. So we'll be following their school schedule. So once kids are out of school from 2nd Street, YMCA summer camp starts. Okay. So right now we're enrolling kids for the summer camp right now. And as long as space is available, they can register anytime during the summer as long as spots are available. So that is another limited program. So if you wait too long, you do risk the chance of not having a spot.
Right.
So what are the ages for that?
You put me on a spot right there.
I'm sorry.
So Shelby Harbor, she is our coordinator for the YMCA here in Frankfort. She was supposed to be here today, but she fell ill. So I'm kind of filling in for her. Sure. But if you do go to the website, it is school-age children. I believe it's like kindergarten through 5th grade. You can find out the specific ages on their website. Okay. But yeah, just go to the YMCA website, ymcacky.org, and it gives all the details about the ages,
so
the location, the times. Probably not.
Okay.
Well, probably on the website you'd be able to find this information, unless you know. But what kind of things and activities do you guys participate in with the kids on during day camps?
Well, I don't know if you know this, but I've been at the YMCA since 2001. I'm starting to show my age a little bit. But my first job ever at the YMCA was a summer camp counselor, an after-school counselor. And whenever I moved to Frankfort back in 2005, my first job at the YMCA was childcare director. And so I'm pretty familiar with what goes on in summer camps. But with summer camps, we have a lot of very qualified staff that are very energetic and active with the kids, care about their well-being, but also just care about their safety. So at the YMCA programs, they take part in like physical activities. We want to make sure that they get enough exercise throughout the day. But we also have like learning loss programs during the summertime. We have field trips where they go out to like Salado Wildlife, or they might go to the movies, or they might go to the bowling alley. But there's, we don't want to keep them confined indoors, throughout the summer. So we have outdoor playgrounds. We also have weekly field trips. So each day brings something new. We also have summer lunch programs as well that the kids can take part in. Cool. So, I just encourage anyone that needs childcare during the summertime, get signed up quick because it is limited. Once those spots are gone, they're gone.
Yeah, and I feel like those the summer like day camp kind of situations, they like you said that you worked at one of your first jobs in YMCA. You worked at, but when I was a kid, I wasn't at the YMCA one, but I always went to Thornhill, and that just, but something about having kind of a day camp situation that you can go to a learning center and go on these field trips. Like it just, I don't know, it's like stuck with me for my whole life. But the counselors that you meet in those situations too kind of become people the rest of your life. Quinn Blanford was one of the camp counselors there at Thornhill, and he's the drummer for Sorry Atari, but he's been like my drum instructor in high school as well. But you kind of form those bonds and friendships.
You make lifelong friends whenever you join these programs, whether it be through like the youth sports or the child care programs that we offer. We have I started the YMCA like whenever I was almost 21 years old back in 2001. I'm 44 now. But I had these kids whenever I was in my earlier years of the Y that were 6, 7 years old. And now I've seen some of these come back and they're married. Now I have kids. Like, you are making me feel so old right now. But, it's so fun to hear some of the stories because they might be marrying the person that they met at the YMCA day camp, whenever they were there. So there's just so many fascinating stories that come from it.
Well, another important thing that we want to talk about is the impact campaign that you guys have at the YMCA.
Yeah, it's a great segue there. I will mention one last thing about day camp because it does take place at Second Street School. I don't want people to think that you have to go to Second Street School to be able to go to that camp.
Right, that's good.
So as long as you have transportation to get to the program, you are certainly welcome to go to that program.
Awesome.
But speaking of the impact program, though, the YMCA is a nonprofit organization, and one of the primary reasons that classifies us as nonprofit is each year we raise funds to help lower income families in the community. A lot of children and families that have lower income, they might not be able to afford like the full rate of the programs. So the money that we raise in the impact campaign goes directly back into the community to help offset the payments for all these families and children that participate in our programs. So whenever you look at any soccer team or summer camp class of kids, there's a good chance about 30+% of those kids might be receiving some kind of assistance. And the great thing about it is you don't know who they are. Everyone is equal. Everyone's the same. Everyone has the same opportunity. But it's because of the impact campaign that gives opportunities for all these families in the community. The YMCA does have a saying that no one gets turned away due to an inability to pay. So whenever we actually go out into the community and ask to help support the YMCA, they said, well, I'm already a member, so I pay my monthly dues. Like, that's great. And that helps to keep the building open. That helps to keep the staff paid for that, but that doesn't go into the campaign. So all the money that we raise for the campaign, 100% of that goes right back into the community, help offset the payments for people that can't afford it.
And then folks can contribute to the impact campaign in a myriad of ways, right? One of which I'm guessing would be Black Cat Chase. Is that an option?
Well, we do have sponsors that help support the Black Cat Chase, and that does help to go to our contributions. And helps to keep the prices low for that specific event. But it does help support the campaign as well. What we're doing right now, since Black Cat is like, let's not to get too far ahead of ourselves here.
We'll have you back to talk about that.
We will start registering registration for that in about a month, actually.
Oh, wow.
So if there's any businesses out there or any individuals out there that would like to be a sponsor for the Black Cat, we are going through that process right now. So if anyone would like to give back to the community in that way, feel free to reach out to us. But right now, with our Impact campaign, you can go to any YMCA location, or the easiest way to do it is just online these days, right? Okay. So if you go to the same website, ymcacky.org, there's a give link on there. If you just click on that, there's a drop down that shows all the different YMCA locations. So obviously everyone here in Frankfort would love to be able to keep their money here in Frankfort.
Oh, sure.
So there's a Frankfort link on there. You can just click on that and you can give whatever amount that you're able to give. But 100% of that goes right back into the community, helps out the kids that participate in all of our sports and child care.
That's awesome. Yeah, the Impact campaign is so important.
It is.
And letting so many kids participate in these programs that might not be able to. So I think it's a really good job, really good work you guys are doing.
I appreciate that.
Kathy, I have a quick sidebar about YMCA.
Okay, go for it.
Has your daughter participated in like YMCA sports before?
Oh yeah, she did the soccer the whole time.
Yeah, I did. I wanted to give a shout out to the soccer program in particular because I played it from the age of like 3.
Yeah,
I think
she did it from 3 until just this past year. She's 13.
Yeah, so I did it like that too.
She's ready to start coaching.
Yeah. She's on the school team now.
Yeah, okay. I did YMCA soccer from the age of 3 to I guess middle school, and I did basketball too around that time. Wasn't good at either, but I had a great time. But I think I really credit YMCA for developing my love of soccer, even from that young of an age, and staying with it. And now it's a lot easier for kids to access soccer and see it on TV way more now than it was when I was growing up. But it was a great time, and then I actually extended mine into refereeing a little bit into high school. Not refereeing high school games, but refereeing the little kids, the
while
little
you were
ones.
in high school.
But while I was in high school. But it was always fun, just because a lot of it is just making sure that the kids can just be out there on the field, and you're sort of blowing a whistle every so often when there's a goal, and
trying to hurt them.
Yeah, it's really
hurting cats at times for sure. And speaking of cats, the Kentucky Wildcats, I was actually speaking to some of their assistant coaches like a year ago, and we just bumped into each other while we're at lunch. So of course I want to go introduce myself and everything. But I was talking to them and said, "Hey, I work at the YMCA," and they were telling me that they've got so many kids that have gone through their university programs that started their basketball careers at the YMCA. So get your child signed up. You never know where it's going to lead.
Never know.
Honestly, but even if it doesn't lead to any playing collegiate level or even into high school, it's still an organized sport and a thing that they can do on a regular basis and get outside and or get to the gym and get some exercise.
And plus it teaches a lot of character, a lot of teamwork.
Oh, sure.
A lot of responsibilities that are really important for kids, especially kids these days. Speaking of my age, these kids need to learn some discipline and responsibilities.
Well, Ella just loved being with the other kids. It was very social for her. She doesn't have a competitive bone in her body. But
it's social, right?
Yeah. So she was on a team recently where she had the same coach. It was the same team and same coach. They all stayed together for several seasons.
Yeah.
And on her last game, when they were done, the coach was like, "I've never known anybody to have more fun on the field than Ella."
Win or lose.
Win or lose. She's having a good time.
And you get to have some fun team names, apparently, too, or occasionally, too. When I was growing up, my favorite one was the Gummy Bears.
Hey, we were the Gummy Bears one year.
See? I think
we were the Rowdies for quite a bit.
All right.
And then the last couple of years, I started using, country names. We were France.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
In Brazil.
Going to the World Cup here.
Yeah.
I know. This World Cup's coming up next year. So.
Yeah. So, it comes.
Well, I played for the Orange Crush many years.
Oh, okay.
The Hornets.
Okay.
I grew up in Owensboro, so we had different team names, but it was a lot of fun.
Well, Brent, thanks so much for hanging out with us this morning.
Absolutely.
Do you want to answer our question of the day? You want to talk about pizza or pizza parties? You got a pizza place in Frankfort you want to shout out?
I'm always a fan of Buddy's. I love going downtown. Get that big jumbo slice of pizza. So it's always a pretty chill, casual atmosphere out there. So shout out to Buddy's with that. But we were talking about sports just now. Growing up, if you've ever seen the movie, help me out here.
Yeah, I got you. I'm ready.
All right. Right. So it's John Hader, I believe, from Napoleon Dynamite. He was the baseball movie, Benchwarmers.
Benchwarmers.
That actually brought a lot of childhood memories back because they started playing baseball and they would go to Pizza Hut. And I remember being a child and after ball games, always going to Pizza Hut, having like the little tabletop Pac-Man game and everything.
Oh yeah.
The red plastic cups you drink out of.
The red and white check. Tablecloth.
So a lot of childhood memories from Pizza Hut, but in Frankfurt, Buddy would be my go-to choice.
That's a good call. And there is something about like a pizza party. It felt very like end of the sports season. Right. We just had our last soccer game of the season. We're gonna have a pizza party, and you bring like the trophies to hang on to. Yeah.
I remember when we were younger, we did the Pizza Hut thing quite a bit. Oh, yeah. But then when I was in high school, it was Gaddy's.
Oh,
and Gaddy's had like the huge TV screen, so it was really a party. I mean, parents would drop their kids off at Gaddy's, and they were, because they had the pizza buffet and then like this huge TV, and it was a pizza party.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we don't have that in Frankfurt anymore, but there's a Gaddy town in Lexington. It's not that far away.
Right,
That's true. Still a great atmosphere. Still got big screen TVs and a pretty good buffet out there too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Speaking of buffet, we do want to shout out Pizza Inn as well. That's that and Buddies are kind of my go-tos here in
Locals
Frankfurt.
Is good. That's one you don't think of.
Locals. Yeah, that's right.
Locals does a good pizza, and they do some specialty pizzas that are like.
Yeah, that's right, and some local beer options there too. Nice.
I don't think I've ever been there. Where is that?
Locals is on Wilkinson Avenue.
Oh, okay.
Or Boulevard.
Is it Wilkinson Boulevard?
Yeah, by the river.
Yeah. Do you know where Poppy's Donuts is?
Yeah,
it's right in that.
That's close to Buffalo Trace. Yeah. Okay.
There we go. Yeah, and close to I guess where the old Gaddy town was. Where
right.
Yeah,
it was right. Yeah. Yep. So,
which I loved too.
Awesome.
Well, Brent, thanks so much for hanging out with us.
Thanks for having me.
We appreciate it.
Always enjoy it.
You guys have a good season, and then we will we'll see you back here probably towards maybe the end of summer or around the fall to talk about Black Cat Chase and everything else going on.
Sounds good.
But we appreciate you. Hope you have a good weekend.
All right. Thank you all. Appreciate it.